Hello and welcome. Welcome to A Moment Together. We're so glad that you could join us. Thank you for being with us today as we spend just about maybe 10 minutes or so talking to each other, encouraging each other, being there for each other through this, whatever we're calling it today. Like every day we wake up and it feels a different way. I know it's a definite feeling for me that this is a new phase, a new stage, and I'm sitting with it, sitting through it, and I know you are too. Don't have all the answers. Don't have all the answers. I have more questions than answers, but isn't that the way it is? We'd like to welcome you to joining us today. I'll put my little glasses on here so I can see. It's a moment together, and I'd like you to be happy, especially if you like hamburgers, because today is hashtag National Hamburger Day. Do you like hamburgers? Many people love hamburgers. Even if you are a vegetarian or a vegan, you probably have tried different versions of a burger because we just love the idea of a burger, right? A hamburger. So today is National Hamburger Day. And very quickly, I remember growing up and we would visit our relatives who lived maybe a half hour away or a little bit more. And it would be a Sunday drive to visit our aunts or our uncles. And my mom, we would not stop anywhere, and she would make us hamburgers. And she, back then in the country, would not just take an ordinary piece of hamburger meat, make a bowl and season it, make a bowl and season it. She'd put all kind of different seasonings in the ground meat, make the hamburgers. They were nice and round and big. And maybe she would take 2 slices of the white bread. Remember the white bread? No mayo, no condiments, and slap that burger between those 2 pieces of white bread. And they would get stuck, but it was the most delicious thing. I love it. I can still taste it. I can still smell it all these years later. Love those homemade hamburgers. Absolutely. We'd like to welcome those of you who have joined us today. We have Deanna. A happy, blessed morning to you, Deanna. We're also joined by Danielle. Good morning to you, smiley face. Good morning from the fabulous Sally Ann. Good morning. Deborah has joined us. Good morning, Deborah, with that gorgeous smile. And Mitchie has joined us as well. We're talking today about our dreams and where we see them and how we see them on a moment together. I love watching birds take flight or birds in the sky. I'm just so fascinated by them. I'm thinking, what are they thinking? Where are they going? What are they doing today? And I just love birds. And you may be the same way, when you see them magnificent in flight and it ignites something in us, right? Does it ignite something in you? Like the freedom they must have. And we close our eyes sometimes and we wish we were just as free as those birds and that we could release into the world our dreams, our heart's desire, our vision, our purpose, our mission, that we could put that out into the world and that the world would be a better place. We would be better off for it. Our families would be better off for it. And the world would be better off for it as well. Oh, if only we could be like those birds, right? Flying free. Well, oftentimes what happens is that we put ourselves, we put our dreams, we put our heart's desires, we put our mission, we put them in a cage. And we end up feeling caged. And we have made an assumption, right? That the door to the cage is locked. It is locked. And that we are a prisoner. Our dream is a prisoner. Our heart desire is a prisoner. And there's just no way we can be free or we can get out there in the world unless somebody, some malevolent person gets the key, some warden of the dreams gets the key, unlocks the cage door and say, you are free. Fly away. You be you. Go out there into the world. We think that the door of the cage is locked. But there are a lot of things that keep us locked that has nothing to do or have nothing to do with the key or who has the key or who gives the key. One of the things is doubt. When it comes to our goals and our dreams, sometimes we are just so plagued with doubt. Have you had an idea something that you know it's going to be amazing. It's going to move your dream forward, move your goal forward, move your mission forward, this big vision that you have. And you have the thought. And then the next thing you do is you doubt it. Well, is that crazy? Or I don't know if I can do it. Maybe I'll call Sarah. Sarah might be able to help me with it. And we start to doubt our gifts. We start to doubt our goals. We start to doubt ourselves. So we are locked in this cage. Our dreams are locked. We are locked. And we are just a prisoner of doubt. This is something that happens so many times. Second guessing. We start to second guess ourselves. And we go, well, surely we're in this cage for a reason, right? So what do I know? What could I do? And we start to think, well, maybe May is not the month. Maybe phase one of the release is not the time. Maybe I should wait for phase two or phase three or next year, 2020, and do nothing right now because I just don't know. I just don't know. We start to stay in the cage and we start to second guess ourselves. And our dreams and goals are still in that cage. And we're waiting for someone to decree and declare that now is the moment to get out. And oftentimes it is fear. Have you ever been fearful of fear? So afraid that you do absolutely nothing, not even willing to try. You're going to wait. It's all the whole story about the book, Who Moved My Cheese, and the mice. Nobody wants to leave because, they give us the cheese. Where's the cheese? And we're afraid to move. We're afraid to get out of the cage. We crave freedom, but the fear keeps us in the cage. We won't even get to the door. We won't even get close to the bars of the cage. We want to just stay huddled in the middle because we don't want to know what's on the other side of the door. Lots of things are keeping us in there. But here's the truth. When it comes to our dreams and our goals and the things that we can do, the truth is the cage is not locked. The cage is not locked. And guess what? The cage was never locked. We assumed the cage was locked, but it's not. So the doors of the cage are open. So if you've been sitting in your cage all these weeks, all these years, looking through the bars of your cage, hoping and wishing that somebody would come and just unlock the cage. And if I could have the cage unlocked and then they could open the door, I could fly free like the bird. The cage is not locked. Your cage is not locked. If you want change, you want to change the way you've been doing things and sitting with yourself these past few weeks, you know that there's a different way, a different direction that you want to go into, a different model for your business, a different way with your team. You might want to cut your team. You want to offer certain services or get rid of certain services. Guess what? The cage is not locked for you. You can do that. If you know the time has come, it's way past time to have that difficult conversation that needs to happen with a client or with a family member or with a church member, the cage is not locked. The cage is not locked. If you have been telling yourself that you're so afraid to speak in public, that you're so afraid to lead, knowing that the desire to lead is so strong, but you've told yourself that you will just be the behind the scenes person, and that's okay because somebody has to be the behind the scenes person, which is true, but that's not you. That's not you. The call, the freedom of leadership is calling you and beckoning you. That cage is not locked. The door of your leadership cage is not locked. You may fly free. And if the time has come for you to stop putting yourself last, to stop thinking that you have to fix everybody and fix every situation, that cage door is not locked. You are free, as the old commercial used to be, free to fly away, free to fly about the country, figuratively, of course. Figuratively, of course. So what can you do today? If you know, and you know the time has come, that the cage door is not locked, that it's waiting on you to walk through. What can you do today to open the door of your cage? What can you do on this day to open the door of your cage? Let's just check in and say hello. Lots of folks have found us. Okay, great morning. Yolanda is here. Good morning, Yolanda. Sandra is here. And of course, our friend Jarvis has checked in with us. Thank you so much, Jarvis. And how is this resonating with you? And Sally Ann says, don't become a prisoner of doubt. Yes, it's just plaguing us. It's killing us. Sandra says, yes, Lord. I know it's resonating with me. I absolutely feel that there are so many areas where I have been sitting in this cage and waiting for the perfect time and the perfect moment and the perfect season. Wow. The cage door is not locked. Arlene is checking in and saying good morning. Allie's with us as well. Oh, yes. Fear paralyzes, courage frees. Absolutely, Sally Ann. Thank you for that. Fear can paralyze us, Deanna says. We have to take a faith walk, push open the door of the unlocked cage, and work toward our dreams. Absolutely. Thank you for that. Absolutely. Love that. And here's the truth. You know, the door was never locked. We assumed the door was locked, that those little bars could hold us. We know why the caged bird sings, right? Thank you, Maya. We all know why the caged bird sings. And we can, if you think the door is locked, push it open. And you know what? You can decide to free yourself. The door is not locked. The door is not locked. So we really hope that you have gotten a word from this today. It was never locked, never, ever locked. We just assumed, and we make so many assumptions, right? We make so many assumptions about our dreams and what we can do and what we cannot do. And most times, not even true. And even if we come up against some challenges, some changes, winds of adversity, we have figured out things before, right? We have figured them out before, and we can figure it out. And if we decide to push through and open the cage doors and walk through and fly out and the thunderstorms come, well, we'll know what to do. We've had thunderstorms before as well. I really hope our moment together has been uplifting and encouraging you, and you're going to find some practical ways to open the cage door. How can you open that door and fly free and know that you can figure things out? We do end our time together with a virtual hug. It's our way of reminding us that, hey, there'll be moments of second guessing and moments of doubt and moments of fear, but those don't stop us, or they don't stop us for long. If you woke up at midnight and you decided that it was over, it's a new day, a new sunrise, a new sunset, you can have a different thought. And you can work toward it as well. Time for our virtual hug where we just spend a second or two just knowing we're in it together. Oh, I hope you feel encouraged today. Fly free, little bird. That door's not locked. You get out there. You figure it out. You do what needs to be done. Step by step, day by day, moment by moment. You can do this. You can absolutely do it. So share this video, create your own video, pass it along. You can absolutely do that. And of course, Tamika says, good word. Thank you. Great word. I'm so happy that is resonating with you. And make sure that you send somebody a virtual hug today, or you can absolutely call them, or you can just say, I'm thinking about you. You can even send them an old-fashioned letter. They'll probably take a day or two to air it out and then open it up. But those are important as well. Be blessed. Thank you for joining us, spending our time together, and we'll talk very, very soon. Bye-bye now.